All right, good morning, everyone. I apologize. I am driving right now. I'm trying to get to a place where I can pull off, and doesn't mean I can't listen. I do have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so I can hear better than I speak. Hopefully, anyways. Yeah, so let's talk about some things today. Monday came and passed. Do we have any calls that we wanted to discuss? Any kind of topic of situations or a area that you want to develop on today? Silence. Crickets. Always crickets. You guys awake this morning?
Hey, so I got something to say real quick.
Nice.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to take note. You see David driving, Big Dan. Dan driving, me driving, and we're listening to this instead of listening to the radio. I know this is his thing, but take note that, like, even when this is over, instead of like listening to the radio, you could be listening to podcasts. You could listen to script practicing off of YouTube, or even something you recorded yourself. I mean, do something useful with your time. One thing I started doing not too long ago was doing that, reading audiobooks, podcasts, or something during my working hours, regardless if I'm in the car. And I think that will help you fine tune your skill as well.
So to touch on that, when I was a finance manager, I was struggling in my craft, and this was many years ago. I was struggling to make a way. I've always been good with talking to people and having a decent ability to gain agreement, also known as sales. Charity, whoever's singing in the background's got some vocals. Let's do it, girl.
That's my kiddo.
But to touch on what Anthony said, I had a big learning curve I was struggling with, and I just seemed to be failing. I couldn't get where I was at. My head was mush. I was just getting all over it. And then one of the ladies I work with, her name is Sylvia Kuntz, was one of the phenomenal people, not only in her sales craft, her scripting, or her ability to gain agreement. She was just phenomenal in everything she did. She just took people under her wing, and she challenged me to that. She challenged me to start listening to audiobooks, motivational tapes, listening to things on my way to work and way home instead of just music. I've had multi-$1,000 sound systems installed in my vehicles because I love music and I love to feel the bass, a boom, boom, rattle, rattle kind of thing. And for the last better part of this decade, definitely started in 2017, has really got heavy, but for the better part of this last decade, I've changed my thinking process, and I've had these multi-$1,000 sound systems just to hear voices talking. And I can tell you it has changed my world. I'm up to about 120 books a year that I piece part on. I constantly reread stuff. I constantly re-listen to things. And if I'm working, I'm just like Anthony. I'm listening to something that's going to be motivational, something mindset, something about my craft. And it will change the way you think. How much time do you spend in the car? How much time do you spend driving to work? When you guys are, right now at home, it doesn't take a whole long time, but it does give you the opportunity when you do get back into that routine. That 15-minute drive becomes a lot of hours throughout the month if it's more purposeful, and you'll start hearing more and more things. And I love seeing those of you in your office plugged in, ready to rock and roll, fantastic. Unfortunately, sometimes my career takes me out of that. So no matter what it is, I stop what I'm doing. 8 o'clock, I get on the call. At 8:30, I get on the scripts. At 9 o'clock, I get on my leadership call. At 9:30, I usually have a meeting. No matter where I'm at, I'm actually sitting in some random parking lot next to Desert Motor Vehicle Title. I have no idea where I'm at, but I'm here on a call. So we talked about this the other day, just show up, right? Biggest tool of success is just show up. So now that we're all shown up and we're all here, and 3/4 of you have your videos off, taking naps. I can't see Nicole's cats, Mara's background. Lindsay doesn't smile on the camera. I'm just sad now.
I'm breastfeeding, Big Dan.
Definitely don't turn your camera on. Don't do it. Nope.
Thank you. I mean, I will if you really want.
Thank you for showing up.
You're welcome.
Wow, I'm not left speechless very often, but well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
What's your script for that one, Dan?
Definitely don't turn your camera on. In the event that you're doing something that could be considered forepay or some kind of risque thing, don't turn your camera on. And if you're going to, charge in advance. Just saying. All right, so yesterday we did FSBOs. Tracy did a great job being our for sale by owner and an investor, which is an awesome thing to work on. What are you guys struggling with now? What's the one thing that you need to work on today that'll help get you a piece of business?
Dan, this is Hope.
Hey, Miss Hope.
Hi, I know what I'm going to do. There's a guy that is my neighbor that is a pool tech, and I ran into him on my 45-minute power walks, and he said, hey, I'm glad we ran into each other. I have 2 referrals for you, 2 people that are selling their home. And I said, great, what's their information? And he's like, let me get to them and then I'll get back with you. Well, it's been a week and a half and I was going to reach out to him yesterday and I forgot. But I'm planning to call him today and just kind of, put a little pressure on, friendly pressure.
Call me. I'm the pool guy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll call you then. Hang on. Okay. Hey, Thaddeus, this is Hope.
Hello, Hope. How are you?
Hey, good. Thanks for taking my call.
Thaddeus.
What's that?
Hey, Thaddeus.
Well, that's his name. Do you want to start over again? I'll call you.
I worked with the Thaddeus, so.
Oh, I wonder if it's my friend. Is
I
he a
will
pool
work with
guy?
the Thaddeus too. Now you have my attention.
I was like,
Okay, well, he was my friend first. Okay, so ring, ring.
hello.
Hey, Thaddeus. This is Hope calling. How are you?
I'm well, Hope. How you been?
Good. Thanks for asking. Say, I'm not sure if you're out on a site job right now, but I wonder if you have a minute.
I do. What's up?
Really good. Hey, I know, we ran into each other a week or so ago. You were out with your wife walking, and glad you guys are doing well, and I'm glad we got to catch up. And say, I know you mentioned a couple of your clients were interested in selling, and you were going to get that information to me. I just want to be able to help them out. So do you have that information ready for me?
No, I haven't gotten it yet. Sorry, Hope.
Okay, I understand. Well, as you know, it's a great time to sell if you're interested in selling. So I'd really love to be able to help your clients. I just wonder when you may have a chance, so I don't have to run into you on the road again. I was hoping to get it before then.
Okay.
What would be a good time for me to, I know now's a busy time, but are you available to visit with me after 5 today? Maybe firm those that information up?
I don't know if 5 o'clock works for me, Hope.
Okay, I understand. Well, hey, you seemed excited because you had wanted me to help your friends. I know you had gone to school for real estate. How's that going? Did you decide to get your license?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it still. I've been really kind of mowing the options. There's a lot going on right now.
Well, hey, I think I mentioned to you about Keller Williams, and we're always looking for great recruits. You would do awesome there. I think I mentioned to you that I would help you with your test and quiz you through it. So anyway, I'm happy to help you, of course, in any way.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I know your girls are probably still driving you a little crazy not being in school, right?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, teenagers. Yeah, I know.
Right.
I'm going through the same. Well, hey, I'm going to visit with your wife later today. I'm planning to call her anyway for coffee. So I'm optimistic that I'll be able to visit with you about those clients. Okay. And be able to help them out.
Okay.
I'll plan to call you at about 5 today. See if you can't reach out to them by then, if you would.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
All right. Hey, thanks. We'll talk to you.
Thanks, Hope.
All right. Bye. Okay.
All right, guys. What do you think happened? How did she do?
Hey, I Hope, I got a question for you. What you had talked to him and he had committed to you to get some paperwork or something? What was that?
He's got two people that are looking to sell, and it would be like a dual. They're looking to sell and buy, so there's a bit of urgency to it.
So what did he commit to you that he would get done for you?
That he would give me their contact information, because I asked for it. I tried to ask, well, there's no try. I did ask for it when we were out on our walk. But he said, hey, I want to reach out to them first and just be real short. And I said, that's fine. That's more than fine.
Okay. A potential script for that is, or a statement that you could use is, hey, Thaddeus, I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to getting in touch with those folks. Have you reached them? Have you had a moment to get to them? By saying that, I guess you haven't gotten around to it, you've already eliminated that argument that he says, no, I haven't gotten around to it. Now he feels a little bit more committed to going, oh yeah, I did make that promise to you.
Oh, reference back to your influential terms.
I also have a quick suggestion. You know Dan, right? You know Dan pretty well, right?
Our Dan?
Yeah, the Big Dan.
Yes.
Okay, so if he committed to giving you something and he failed, what would you do?
I'd hold his feet to the fire. I would holler at him.
Okay, so you're talking to, even though you're script practicing for this other guy, you're talking to Dan. So practice, like, you already know Dan. You know how what you would do. So practice like if you were talking to Dan. That way, when you're talking to him, it's almost like you're talking to Dan, and you're gonna get what you need. Does that make a little bit more sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like,
hey Dan, I was counting on you to give me that information. I want to be able to help your friends.
Yeah. Be a little bit more assertive. Aggressive may be the wrong word, but at least a little bit more assertive. Like, hey, you said you were gonna do this, and you're a friend of mine, or you're a contact of mine, and you didn't do this, and now I can't help your friend, and they're in need. And then this is a great part of a script too, is you don't want them to get a weak agent at a weak moment. And right now we're all in weak moments.
Right. Okay. Thank you guys.
So Hope, number 7 on your list of influential terms is what Tracy said. It's I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to it, which, like he says, definitely nullifies the argument I haven't done it yet. I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to it. What that does is that triggers them into feeling that they failed because they have already agreed to deal upon something, and it forces an action. And you can actually use that script on a follow-up call. Oh, later on in the day, hey, I'm guessing you didn't have the opportunity to talk to your client. Where are we at? Guessing you didn't have the opportunity to talk to your friend. Are they okay giving their contact information? You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be super difficult. Just that's that one term. Hey, Miss Hope, it's Big Dan Caldwell, Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Did I catch you at a good time?
And if it's no, it's 100 degrees out and I'm by a pool.
Oh, sounds like you're busy. When's a better time for me to call you?
5 o'clock.
Okay, sounds good. I'll give you a call at 5 o'clock. And then set a reminder on your phone, call me at 5 o'clock.
Okay. I'm sure I was overthinking it. And
yes, you are.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes,
I'm going to get those numbers today.
You got to keep it simple, guys. Scripting is simple. It's when you overthink and try to analyze and try to add your own value and your own scripts and your own stuff, push it out. Hey, this is Blank from Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Did I call you at a good time? I like to go with the positive instead of is now a bad time. It starts the call off. It's a positivity thing. Did I call you at a good time? Wait. If they say no, what's the next line?
What would be a better time?
Great.
Today
what's a better time for me to talk to you today? When's a better time today to talk to you? Well, I don't have time today. Okay, well, you know your schedule better than I do. When's a good time for us to catch up?
Hey, Dan?
Sure.
I want to throw this at you. In today's world, we all have these. We're answering them, right? And if I see that you're calling me and it's not a good time, I'm not going to answer the phone. I'm going to throw you to voicemail. My suggestion is if they pick up the phone, It is a good time. Eliminate that, because you're allowing them to give you an excuse. Oh, it's Dan. Now's not a good time. Don't even ask that question. It has worked for me. It's one of the things that I know we're trying to be polite and we're trying to, be nice and get that. But the minute they answer your phone call, whether they know it was you or somebody else calling, or they have you plugged into their phone, or it's just some random number, they answered the phone. So it is a good time to talk to them. So I don't even ask that anymore.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, I'm the opposite. I get super annoyed when somebody calls me, because I always answer my phone, regardless if it's a good time or not. I'm trained, and some people are like that, and I've ran across this in the past. I do like what you're saying, where if they pick up, run with it. But I'm super annoyed if someone calls me and they just start talking.
Yeah, it's all in your approach.
That's what I do. I do it just because for me and typically even when they say no, it's not a good time. Okay, do you have a minute? I'll make it quick.
Well, one of the reason I picked that up is listen to the audio tape and reading the book, Things for Real Estate Agents to Say.
That's right.
And that's actually the very introduction of what he says is, in today's world, it's different, and it's been successful for me.
Okay, cool.
So it's just, and I do the same thing. I fight that every day when I make that phone call, and I go, I want to say it, because I want to be polite.
Yeah, I'll throw it into my scripting and see how it works out. I'm always, ready to grow and develop. So try it out both ways, guys. Yeah,
try it out.
I love it. This is how we grow. And then now I'm gonna go download that book and listen to it. What's it called?
It is a great book. What to Say for Real Estate Agents. And there's 31 key statements that he talks about, and it's good.
Oh, is it Phil M. Jones?
Hold on. Yes.
Yeah, that's the same book that I got the influential terms from.
Yes.
Exactly
Bingo.
what to say. It's 22 terms for everyday conversations.
Yeah.
So there's a real estate one. Cool. It's
Yeah,
$4, guys.
It's cheap.
$4.86 on Audible. $4.86.
If you have a subscription, it's free.
So, yeah, don't waste your credits on a $4 book. I'm gonna put that in my cart right now. This is how my book collection got so big, because every time I'm on a call or every time I'm in a meeting, every time somebody says anything that has to do with, I like this book or I got this from this book, I'm like, all right, cool, put it on my cart, or I put it in my wish list. And I've come across some really interesting things that way, because these are books that I would never look at. Like I don't go to a bookstore. I don't search, what book should I read to be successful? That's a lie. I did actually. I did at one point look up an entire list of the best books for business, and there's 25 of them, and I've gone my way through most of them, just because. So awesome! I love that point. I'll check it out. I'll have some feedback to it, and I'll start using it myself. But I love the way that Anthony said this. Hope, engage like you were a friend. That's the one thing, is it felt very servicing. It felt very forced, like you were expecting something of me instead of just a friendly retort. Like, hey, Hope, did you give me that phone number yet? How am I supposed to help your friends if I can't call them?
Yeah, you're right. And we are friends. I was not faking that part about him going to real estate school, and I've been encouraging him to finish his test. But yeah, it did feel salesy.
Well, the one thing I loved about it is because you turned around and put me in focus. You're like, hey, how's things going through real estate school? How's that decision going? So you put the onus back on me, made me feel important again, and not just the servicing aspect. Made me, even though I didn't have a referral for you, made me want to give you a referral. Made me want to just reach out and go, hey, here's more value, because you were interested in me. Again, what's the line? Don't be interesting, be interested, right?
Mm-hmm.
The more we show we care, the more they know we care. So, yes, Ms. Teresa.
I just wanted to ask Hope one thing. Since he's going through real estate school and he said he had some leads for you, do you think maybe he's thinking in the back of his mind that would be his first 2 clients, and maybe you should say something like, hey, I would be happy to help you, once you graduate, with your new leads. I don't know, maybe he's reluctant to actually give them to you if he's getting close to graduating. That's just one observation.
That's a really good point. The thing is, though, I think he's busier than ever with the pool business, to the point of, why did I even go to real estate school? So that's the feeling I get. But you could be right. There could be that in the back of his mind. So something to think about. Yeah.
Something that Dan just hit on me, that, and Anthony brought it up, and it just occurred to me. Ford sandwich. You went right in Hope. I do this very, very same thing. I'm very type C, very D, and I have a purpose when I call somebody, and I go right to it instead of sandwiching it in the Ford sandwich. And I think if you would have led with, hey, how's real estate going, Thad? How close are you? You need any help? You got any questions, or can I help you with? Hey, I guess you haven't gotten around to it. Have you gotten a hold of those folks for me? That would have really softened that whole approach up. And so lead with Ford.
Good point. Thank you.
That way you look like you're calling him to help him.
Got it.
Oh,
Thank you, guys.
$20. Yeah, always the Ford guys. Remember, we are in a relationship business. We are not transactional. We are relational. I don't want to sell you one house. I want to sell them all. That's the mindset you need to have. You get one deal. What does that get you? 3 to 5 grand, 6 grand average. I don't know, wherever your market's at. One deal, right? You land one family. What does that get you? Millions.
Retirement.
Retirement, exactly. If you guys can get yourself 10 referral partners that will send you one deal a year, what does that do to your life?
$30,000 a year.
Just passively. No, that's just the deal. Now, and you can create those relationships and expound upon them. And Danny Roth had a really good class I sat in with, and he talked about how every lead that you sell should generate 3 referrals. Should generate 3 more deals. If you're doing them right. If you're high servicing, high functioning, high care, 3 deals. So those 10 become 30, become 90, become 270, and how fast it expounds. And that's probably why Danny Roth has sold somewhere in the vicinity of 10,000 homes for $1 to $2 million of income a year. Income, stuff he takes home in his bank account, the commas. He's got more commas in his bank account than the dictionary. And I trust that man because he's very, very relational. You ask him, he's got a guy for everything. So work on the referral aspect. Hope, thank you for that. I love that we touched on referrals, because I think that's the one thing that we're missing out on the most in this industry is asking for more business. I personally struggle with it, so I ask everybody, hey, who do you know that I can talk to now, today, this afternoon, have a time plate that I can talk to now that is thinking about buying or selling a home? If you want to use the term buying or selling, investing in real estate, you can do so, but it doesn't create the emotional trigger much like buying or selling a home. Are you going to weed out some investors? Maybe. You should know who that person is when you're talking to them. If they're an investor, who do you know today that would like to invest in properties like you do? So start asking that question. I challenged last week everyone to go out and get 2 referrals, and I'd love to see where you guys landed with it. I got a couple of feedback on some stuff, so I know that there was some success there, but it's just the challenge of every day, getting out of your way. Do the Ford sandwich. Make your phone calls. DTD2, call your phone. Everybody says they don't have enough business. Everybody. Pull out your cell phone. Everyone's got one, right? You want to see mine? It's plugged in right here. And I got a bunch of texts and messages and notifications, but I also have 1,388 people in my cell phone. Are there some deals in my cell phone?
More than we
Yes.
more than we know.
More than we know. and we won't know until we call them all. So we'd off a little bit off of scripting, a little bit into coaching, but that's just kind of how my mind goes. Apologize about that. I want somebody to run through a Ford call. It has not done one yet. Angela, we hear a lot from you about FSBOs. Good stuff. Mara, how are you doing? Are you with us, or are you just listening? All right, 2 volunteers.
Sorry, I'm here, but the dog's barking.
It's okay. I need an agent, I need a client, and I want to hear a Ford call, just a DTD2, touching your database, asking for referrals.
Okay.
Mara, are you going to be my agent?
I suppose. I thought we weren't supposed to be really asking people for stuff at this time. We're doing our care calls, but sure.
That's a care call, is it not?
Ask them for a referral. Okay. I've been doing my care calls. I haven't really been asking them for referrals. And I'm chasing the dog around the house, so she'll shut up.
I gave my dog to my mom because I'm gonna go help move over Oro Valley right now. So I feel lonely in my truck because my dog's not sitting next to me.
Okay, I bet Hope would like to give me a hard time.
So who's gonna be the client?
I can be the client.
Angela, let's do this.
Yay.
Okay.
Ring, ring. Give me a call.
Oh, I'm calling. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Angela. It's Mara with Keller Williams. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you doing? How are the kids?
Oh, good, thanks. How's your family?
Not too bad. Everyone's healthy, so that's good.
Great. Well, I've been calling folks to make sure that they are doing okay during this unusual time. Just making sure you have the basic necessities you need, or if you know anybody else in need of basic supplies. Our Keller Williams family is all across town to help folks, so we're just reaching out to check on people.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah, I think everyone's doing pretty good. I think we have everything we need right now.
Okay, well, that's great. I did have an older client that needed toilet paper a week or so ago and brought her that, and she was thrilled, of course. So
Wow,
it's
that's
just
really nice of you.
kind of a tough time for people, though, right?
Mhm.
So, well, so your family's doing okay. And how about, are you able to work from home, or how's that going?
I am. I'm working from home, so I'm thankful that I can at least do that. Are you working from home too?
I am actually. Real estate's kept really busy, so I'm super grateful for that. We're of course trying to keep people safe, so still showing houses and trying to connect people that need to buy and sell. So
Good. That's amazing. I'm
very,
surprised.
yeah, grateful for that. Well, and I guess when this is over, do you guys have any other plans that you hope to still do this year, as far as getting away, or?
Well, you know, we have to wait till next year because Disneyland is closed the rest of the year, so we've got to wait to go to Disneyland.
That's tough. Yeah, actually, we went last Christmas. I'm grateful that we made that trip now.
You squeezed it in there. That's good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it just has been a tough time for folks. But anyway, well, it's really great to hear your voice. And well, like I said, real estate, we are still trucking along. So if you know somebody in need, I really appreciate you keeping me in mind if you know anyone looking to buy or sell. So
I will. I'll keep you in mind for sure.
okay, I really appreciate that. Thanks, Angela, and hope you guys stay healthy and safe.
You too. Take care.
All right.
Didn't feel like you were asking for anything, did it?
Nope.
That's basically what I've been saying to folks. Hopefully you can tell. See, I've been practicing.
You're flawless in that.
Except
Almost like you knew what she was gonna say.
except I haven't really necessarily been asking for business, but
And that's the thing, is we just need to insert that part back in.
sometimes I
Right there.
do. Just
Yeah.
because if I know them better and I know they won't take offense. But I've also been calling people like you guys have been talking about that I haven't talked to in years on my database. Because when I use the Edge, I couldn't find any of these people. So I'm literally calling people I haven't talked to in years, and they're professional contacts that I don't know that well. So I don't necessarily just ask for something right off. But
So here's a great script for a professional contact or somebody you don't have a great relationship for.
mm-hmm.
Give a call. Mara, be my client. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Mara, it's Big Dan Calder from Keller Williams. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Hey, I got 2 pieces of business to talk with you. One personal, one professional. Would you want to get the business out of the way? We can just talk about how you've been.
Whichever, go ahead.
All right. Just wanted to call because I am in real estate now, so I'm just making sure I touch out and reach to everyone that I know and remind them that I'm in the business and I can help your friends, families, and coworkers that are looking for business. So if you know anyone that's looking, I'd hope that you could feel comfortable sending me their contact information. Now, but enough about me. How you been?
Okay. Good. Let's see. I've been laid off from the bank though. They only have, limited hours, and so that's kind of tough.
Oh man, that sucks. Like I've heard a lot of those distressing conversations lately. This corona really is taking a toll on people.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you get
stressful.
set up? Did you get set up with the government relief program?
Well, I think we're gonna get our little relief check. I guess I need to file for unemployment or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been doing that, but it's super helpful. The one time that the government steps up and gets all that done, and people jump on it, and it's been massively successful keeping people afloat. So I know how that can be. How's your family doing?
Well, thankfully we are all healthy, so we're grateful for that.
Good. Are you guys doing okay in the house all together and not killing each other?
Yeah, unfortunately, our teenage daughter's back, and she's not too thrilled about that. She misses her friends, but we're managing. She's a good kid.
Awesome. Has she been doing like Zoom face-to-face
yeah,
stuff?
she's been doing lots of school work. How about your family?
Oh, good. My kid's awesome. I got lucky that his mom's a teacher, so the whole homeschooling thing is easy. I just take them and just drop them off.
Lucky you. Drop them off.
I am very blessed. The one thing is I've made sure that I give her as much help as I can because she's got the other 4 kids. It just makes her life hectic. So I'm super thankful that I've got that in my life, and it does, humble me to know that others out there don't have it nearly as easy. So what are you guys doing to keep busy?
Lots of walks and reading and, a little bit of Netflix.
Where you guys been walking?
Just in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So, although I noticed Sabino was backed up all the way down the street the other day. So, wow.
Really?
People are taking advantage.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on social media doing that. So it's not for me. I get sunburned. I'll walk at night if I could.
They won't let you in at night. Anyway, well, good to talk to you, Dan.
As well. And when we get out all this stuff, you just let me know what I can do to help you out. You guys have any big plans for when the apocalypse ends?
No, I think everything's been put on hold. How about you?
Nah, I'm going to take my son to Disneyland finally.
Well, that'll be fun. Although now everybody will be always nervous, right?
Right, exactly.
They got to be working on how to clean everything a lot, right? I guess
I'd imagine so. Well, at least the line should be shorter. I get to ride Magic Mountain for the first time, but I hope the best for you and your kiddos. And tell your husband I said hey, and we'll talk again soon. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Take care.
Bye tomorrow.
Okay.
See how it starts off very we get the business out of the way.
That was interesting. I've never tried it that way, I guess.
And what it does, it shows you're calling for a purpose, but then you're really engaging and you really want to know about them.
Because it does depend on the personality type, like you guys were just saying. Some people are turned off by starting with the business right away, and some people are turned off by, I just called to visit, and then bringing up the business and acting like that was your ulterior motive the whole time. So
it's client for client, person for person, and having the engagement. Anthony, do you have something?
Yeah, so I was also going to say, remember that you're a small business right now. You're a small business, and everybody's interested in helping small businesses right now. So when they ask about your business, say something along the lines, remind them, I'm also a small business. Is there any way you could help me with anybody that needs to buy or sell right now? I know there's a lot of people holding off, but the people that do need to buy and sell right now, I could definitely help them, or something along those lines. I don't have a perfect script for that just yet, but say something across those lines like, hey, I'm a small business. You asked me about my business. I'm telling you about my business, and I'm asking for your help because right now everybody is looking out for small businesses.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Everybody's struggling.
Here's your script on that, Anthony. Is when they start talking, how's things for you? Things are great. I've never been busier. A lot of people have been helping small businesses out like myself. Could you do me a favor? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
who do you know that I can talk to today about buying or selling a home?
You know what, Dan? I haven't really put much thought into it, but yeah, I didn't even realize there are a lot more small businesses out there than I thought. Yeah, I'll definitely keep you in mind.
Yeah, and I'm not just a real estate agent. I'm actually a small business owner, and my business is predicated around helping people get into homes. So I'd really appreciate any lead you had for me, friends, families, coworkers that are looking to buy, sell, or even invest in a house. I'm here to help. So you can do it like you can tie it into that. Just like, hey, could you do me a favor? Or even say, how's your business? Great. I've never been busier. I'm getting a lot of referrals from my friends, families, and coworkers like you, because everyone's looking out to help a small business. So
yeah, and then those professional contacts that you talked about, they're probably small businesses as well. So call them, with contribution, ask them how you could help them, and then in return they could help you.
So guys, do this. Go to LinkedIn. We talked LinkedIn a little bit yesterday in the PC call. I'm going to do a PC mastermind on Thursday at 6 p.m. If you want to join it, I don't care if you're part of the PC group or not. We're going to do a mastermind, but a little bit of it, I'm going to leave you with this little task for today. If you don't have a LinkedIn, go get one. If you have not been using it, go use it. Send an email to 5 or 10 people, just reaching out and say, hey, how you been? Go find an electrician, go find a plumber, go find a landscaper, go find a painter, find a drywall guy. Those are the referrals I get the most questions for.
Hey, Dan,
Yes.
I wanted to let you and Anthony know this is how I ended up, I believe, getting the referral from my friend that's also a pool guy too, is because I did care calls a month and a half ago. So that got the ball rolling. So when we ran into each other on the walk, that was a natural progression.
Right.
So there's
I love
definitely value. I guess I just wanted to chime in that that's how it started. And then people, you get top of mind.
Absolutely. This is all repetition, guys. Traction comes from the more and more you see something. So that's why we always see advertisements over and over and over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh, hey, Coca-Cola. You need to be the economist of choice. You need to be the realtor they're thinking about. And the only way that happens is if you're constantly in their periphery. Bye, guys. I got to get on another call. Bye, Tracy. We'll see you later. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thanks, Dan.